What's going on, everyone? Coach Aaron here, back again with another video. You may sometimes see people asking online, or maybe even see someone wearing a belt during the bench press and wonder why are they wearing their belt when they are bench pressing. So in this video, let's go over 4 reasons why someone may wear their belt when they are bench pressing to see whether it's something that you want to do, or maybe a reason to get rid of your belt when you're bench pressing. So reason 1 may be that they are an equipped lifter. So we have different divisions in the sport of powerlifting, whether it's, male, female, different weight classes, different age divisions, and also raw and then equipped. In the equipped division, you're allowed to wear all the equipment that is available to you in the rule book. So you can wear bench shirts just like this one. And when you're wearing a bench shirt, you may not want the bottom end of the shirt to ride up and have the collar of the shirt hit you in the throat while you're bench pressing. You don't want the shirt to move. So what many lifters will do is use the belt to cinch down the bottom end, and then the collar will sit on their chest to cinch down the top end. And now you have the shirt stay in place. And as they're bringing the weight down, then it's going to stretch the shirt, store that energy in the shirt, and then release it on the way up and give it to them. So they are using the belt for a purpose, which is to hold down the bench shirt. So when you're watching videos online or at a powerlifting competition, you see someone wearing a belt, you may see them in the bench shirt, and that's the reason why they're wearing it. Reason number 2 that someone may wear a belt when they're bench pressing is maybe they want some tactile or active feedback when they're trying to work on technique. So if you're a beginner lifter and you're trying to figure out how to get tight, how to get your arch and breathe in, expand your rib cage and pull everything up towards the ceiling, the belt may help you in getting that feedback to know if you are taking in a breath, to seeing if you are expanding your torso out against that belt. Whereas if you didn't have that belt, you may be expanding or not expanding and not know, because it's hard to sense the change in position of your torso in space. But when you have the belt and the belt is a little bit restrictive and it has a little bit space where you can expand against it, then you can tell if you're taking in a big breath, expanding the rib cage, expanding your abs, pulling your torso up and pushing out against that belt on all sides to achieve the position and tightness that you want. Reason number 3 may be that some people just need the lower back support, depending on what kind of past injuries they have or how much they arch in the bench press, how much stress they put on their spine and that lower back, is that it may be a little bit painful or irritating to get into that position and get a little bit of extension in the lower back and the hips. So then when someone wears the belt and then breathes in, expands against that belt and produces tightness, the muscles and the belt can help support the surrounding joints. And finally, reason number 4 that someone may be wearing a belt during bench press is just because maybe they saw someone else do it. It's like monkey see, monkey do. Sometimes when you get into the sport or you're getting into the fitness industry, you may not have access to all the resources, or you may not know what's a good resource or bad resource. Sometimes you may just see a top lifter online or a top lifter to meet doing something, or someone in the gym do something, and you're like, oh, well, if they're doing that and they're strong, maybe I should do it too. And you may even heard some top powerlifters talking about, maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago when there was less access to information online, is that they did exactly this. If they saw some big time squatter squatting with a very wide stance in a competition, they're like, oh, well, that must be the way to do it. So then they started squatting wide as well, even if the person maybe they were looking at was like a multiply lifter and had to do it, and they were a raw lifter and they could have used more of a moderate stance. So the same thing may come with the belt. You may go to a commercial gym and see other people wearing a belt, so you may think, oh, maybe I should wear a belt. Or maybe lifters will go to their first competition, see a bunch of lifters wearing a belt for their bench press and think I should do it too. So that's another reason. They could just be seeing someone else do it and they figured I should do it as well. So hopefully this video gave you some more insight into why someone may wear a belt during bench press, so you can figure out whether it's something you want to do or something maybe you want to get rid of if you are currently wearing a belt for a bench press. And if you want to make some more bench press gains and learn all my tips and tricks when it comes to the bench press, then you can click right here and go to my bench press tips playlist.